Okay, so we're back to the Maytag dryer here. The one that it wasn't spinning. We ended up replacing the belt. It didn't look that bad, but the belt was shot. This is the model number for the dryer. When I took it apart, noticed the blower wheel was rattling. Just gonna go over how we're gonna replace the blower wheel. This is the part number. So we're gonna take these 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the door kind of lifts up when you take those off. This will come off, and then there's gonna be some more screws on the front. Okay, here we go. So this pops off like that. I'll put this to the side here. So the blower wheel is behind this panel. Sometimes if the dryer is not drying, then you can, I guess there could be a lot of other things, but one of them could be the blower wheel is busted or clogged. Sometimes if it's not spinning at all, the blower could be stuck. Sometimes a pencil get in there. I've seen all kinds of stuff, mouse. But then if you cannot turn the drum by hand, the blower wheel is stuck. Something is stuck in the blower wheel. Sometimes when you run the dryer and you turn it off and you keep hearing the noise, kind of rattling noise, that means blower wheel is spinning. So it broke off the axle, and it's kind of spinning loose. So it spins a little, but it's not spinning 100% when the dryer is running, and it could be no drying or somewhat slow drying, depending on how long is the vent. In this one, when I was testing why the drum is not spinning and replacing the belt, I found out the blower wheel was already rattling around, but they're still using it. So we're gonna take this off, this front panel on this one. Gonna be these screws here. This couple, this metal piece is actually a hook that holds the top. So we're gonna do this side, lift the top, pull the front off. I don't see any screws here. On some models they have screws screwed in the housing, and that will look how the blower looks. Okay, here we go. The front is off. So the drum riser and these glides here, these look good. Something to check. The felt looks good. It's a chunk missing, but not too bad. This doesn't look really good. Probably gonna try to fold this. Make sure I'm doing a good job. I'm gonna stick that under this tab here. Fix that up. And the blower, it's still on there. You see I'm spinning the blower, but the shaft is not spinning. And then eventually starts spinning. So there's a little, see the lint is in the blower. It's probably because this thing, it's getting into the blower instead of through the filter. Okay, so I'll take the blower off. Make sure it's unplugged, because you got probably live wires here. These guys, bam, bam, bam. This one here, this comes out. This clip, just pinch it. Slides off very easy. Other models where you have to unscrew it. If everything goes well, it's great. I had it sometimes have it to grind it off. Grind the nut to the point where it almost falls apart, and then you can unscrew it. I'm sure other techs have some different methods. Don't stick a screwdriver in the motor trying to jam it up when you try and unscrew the blower, because it will damage the windings. I learned the hard way. Anyway, we're gonna put one in and see how it works. Okay, Okay, so I got these guys here. This is work the best usually for clamps. 7 screws are out, except one. Okay, put this guy on. Anyway, here he goes. It's off. A little bit of lint here, clean that up. I think that's it. Let's just put a new one on and should be good. So, yep. It's too bad I'm not showing every single step how I'm doing it because I have to film it with one hand. But yeah, you don't get to see the struggles. It's just like, oh yeah, bam, slap, it's on. But yeah, I had to tap it a little bit to get this thing on there. It was snug. Eventually planning to get a head cam and I'll film the whole process. Usually it's gonna be a longer videos, but yeah, some people, they just want to see the steps. What's the key parts, other people like to see the whole thing, and then they're not happy that they miss, you know, the key parts where like you're struggling and how do you actually get through those hurdles. People that are more advanced, probably they just want to see the steps. They don't want to watch the whole long video. They just want to. I usually like to scroll to like key parts, and I don't watch the whole video if I need help on something. So, alright, put the screws back in, put it together, see how it works. Yeah, if something is stuck here, if you need to spin the drum by hand, the smallest thing can really jam up the blower. So new and old, that's how it's supposed to look. That's how this one looks. Sometimes when it's totally stripped, it's just a round hole here. Sometimes these guys break off, which they were still on there. Yeah, this one really easy to install. Okay, I'm getting closer to the end here. This goes back on. I took this dryer apart just a week ago, replaced the belt. Yeah, never seen this issue before where they said it's working, it's running, but it's not spinning. And he does a lot of wet towels. He's a chiropractor, so, and he runs a lot of loads in a row. Usually when the, let's say, belt gets stuck and it's not able to spin the drum, or the drum gets stuck, usually just the motor pulley will just cut the belt off. But in this case, apparently the belt was slipping around the drum. It got too hot, it crystallized, and it was running, but the drum wasn't spinning. So, and it wasn't cutting off the belt. So I was like, I don't know, I haven't seen this symptom. I took it apart, the belt looked really bad. So replaced the belt, and it's been fine since. But while I was taking it apart, then I saw that the rollers, sorry, not the roller, the blower wheel was bad. So we'll put it back together. I'm sure it'll be fine now. This dryer is an old Maytag, and if any dryer can handle to run 20 loads a day, this one will be it. The older Maytags, washers and dryers, really good. The newer ones, time will tell. They are definitely built decent. I've seen some bad ones though. So, alright, this is almost done. Just gotta put the door on. These little guys go in there. And 2 more screws and it's done. Should be good. Okay, let's see if it starts. Yep. If you're not sure, hold the switch in. The seals look good. It's a little worn, the back seal. It's really quiet compared to what some old ones are.